So I'm Professor Joanne Edwards and I'm Professor of Translational Cancer Pathology in the School of Cancer Sciences within MBLS. My research aims to better understand the determinants of short and long-term outcomes for patients with bowel cancer.
I'm Ilan Davis. I'm the MVLS Professor for Spatial Biomedicine. I study the fundamental mechanisms underlying neurodegenerative diseases and how the brain works, how neurons work, and how helper cells called glia work with neurons. Spatial biology is an emerging technology that allows us to determine across the whole genome the location of every RNA within the cell at reasonably high resolution, and potentially emerging other technologies like the state of translation of the RNA and even proteins with very precise spatial location.
My aim is to change the routine clinical management for bowel cancer patients by not only improving bowel cancer screening, but also by increasing the number of therapeutic options we can give to patients with this disease. In the world of personalised medicine, not one therapeutic strategy suits all patients. So if we can develop more and more therapeutic strategies along with companion diagnostics to identify which patients will respond best to these therapies, so with the aim of maximising patient response with minimising patient toxicity.
My lab studies the fundamental mechanisms underlying neurodegenerative diseases, which are actually the things that make the nervous system work. We're experts at mRNA, and we're especially good at detecting it with a method called FISH, fluorescence in situ hybridization. We can detect with exquisite sensitivity every single RNA molecule at the tips of neurons and glia, where synapses are and where memory and learning occurs. That method called FISH underpins the whole of spatial biology and fundamental understanding of how the brain works. We all want to know how the most important organ in our body works, but we also have a major societal problem, which is neurodegeneration. Alzheimer's is a huge problem, so is Parkinson's. So my work potentially can unravel some of the molecular basis of the very first events that initiate the disease.
Ultimately, to me, impact means benefiting the patients and the public in general. So I really want to increase survival rates for bowel cancer and also decrease unnecessary invasive procedures for patients. I'm very excited when I'm involved with any clinical trial work. Now I'm really driven to actually take some of these novel discoveries that I've made actually into the clinic to benefit the patient.
One of my technological ambitions is to actually develop spatial biology methods which are democratized. At the moment, these methods are really quite sophisticated and difficult. They require a huge amount of money to buy the reagents. And what we're trying to do is to allow people to do it themselves. And we're trying to lower the activation energy, make it easier for people to adopt, and to do it much more cheaply. And at the same time, we have the ability to image the molecules at much higher precision and resolution than the commercial platform. So my ambition is in the next few years to make it available to lots of people and more popular and cheaper.